One of the projects that the two of you have created together that has stirred quite a buzz in the therapy world is the EMDR Intensives training. We have our course and we have our business builder retreat. How did you come up with the idea?
Sadie will not say this about herself, but she is one of the first people, not the first, but one of the first to do EMDR Intensives that I know of. We know, there's a few other clinicians who, kind of started it, but Sadie actually got trained with them and, did intensives with them and like really learned and studied under them, and then really paved the path kind of right behind them in the EMDR Intensives world. And then Sadie taught me how to do EMDR Intensives. And so then I started doing it, and after a while we're like, everybody's asking us how to do this, and we can create a course and just make it accessible for people to be able to think outside the box, because there's a lot of different ways to get healing. There's a lot of different interventions, ways of experiencing healing, ways to pay for this, and it doesn't all look like insurance weekly therapy. And so we just kind of brainstormed, how do we create a course that's super simple, that's the way that we do it, because there's not one right way to do intensives. We do them differently. And we know other people who do them differently. So we try to teach a variety of different ways of doing it, make it affordable and accessible for people who want to do intensives, and then just have a lot of fun kind of creating a community around it.
Right. When I first started looking at doing some extended sessions, I was just doing that with some clients who were traveling to see me. And then I started thinking about this idea of working with people for an extended period of time, multiple days, and I thought that sounds crazy. And I started looking around, and I found other people that were doing that, and I realized that's not crazy. Other people are doing that. And so then our course is based a lot in a lot of the lessons that we have learned. I've learned a lot of them the hard way. So you don't have to go through those in things that can really make your process for getting into doing intensives a little bit more smoothly. You don't have to start and stop 3 times like I did. And how to do that. But again, the creativity of finding the way it's going to work best for you. Because as Kelly said, she and I do them differently, because hers worked for her and mine worked for me. And so we've tailor fit those to our lives. And that's one of the biggest advantages to doing intensives, among many advantages, is you'll tailor fit that so it fits the way you want your practice and your life to look. And so our job is to teach you that yes, you can do it, give you some ideas, and then let you figure out how that's going to work best for you, because that's where you're going to do your best work in the world, and that's what we want you doing.
How do EMDR intensives fit into a stepped care approach?
It's a great question. And
You go.
I think the intensive probably fits, well, it depends on the kind of intensive you're doing. Because you can do intensives with group work, and so that could be the bottom of the pyramid, and we'd start talking about that visual. But when you're working with clients really intensively, individually, one-on-one, that's the very top of the pyramid, and it gives you a really powerful tool. But the suite of tools, as you're working even with the assist, which is more in the middle of the pyramid, that's what allows you to be able to work through that intensive and get a client to where they want to be by the end of the intensive, and using that stepped care approach both to your treatment planning and your whole approach to your treatment. I think it's probably quite difficult to do an intensive without that kind of approach.
Yeah, so when you're doing group work, whether it's the assist group or whether it's the IGTP, the Integrative Group Treatment Protocol, you typically are doing that in an intensive format. That's how it's designed, and that's typically how you get the best results. You don't have to do them that way, but I would say the majority of people that I know that do groups do it in an intensive format. So that's already designed that way. In addition, I've had clients that will come to me with a recent event that just want a quick in and out, like half day, full day intensive, maybe just 1 or 2 days, just to work on that recent event, and that's it. And then I have other people that want to do their whole life story. Sadie gets a lot of that, where they're doing 5 days in a row, maybe they come back for another 5 days later, and they want to do their complete story, so then they're going to be at the top of the pyramid. So you really can do all of it with intensives based on what you want to do and what your clients need.
And as you conceptualize the intensives and how you want to offer those, whether it's working intensively with the groups or how you're managing your individual intensives, again, and taking the stepped care approach to help you determine how much time do I need to spend with this person. And so as you start to really conceptualize or use the stepped care approach in your conceptualization, it really kind of just here's the path, this is where you go. It just shows you the way.